How's it going, Martians? This is Jade back with another Martian report. And in today's report, we're going to be talking about my previous video, actually. We're going to be talking about how XRP is going to hit $10,000 inevitably, right? Now, we're going to be dealing with some big figures, some multipliers today. So I want to keep a calculator up here, right? So I'm not sitting here thinking through these figures for you. And we're going to talk about what's happened in the past since 2009 and what's going to occur moving forward as the dollar continues to hyperinflate. And this is me explaining to this. The point of this is for me to help you, my viewer, understand why it doesn't matter whether Ripple or R3 are successful in getting XRP globally adopted or not, as to whether or not XRP will become valued at $10,000 or more. Now, currently, we have about 20 trillion US dollars in circulation. It's a big number. And if you look at this chart, you'll realize that's a really big number compared to the maximum amount of dollars here. You see that were in circulation just in 2014, 2015 when this graphic was made. Now, I can't find a graphic that shows the hyperinflation of the dollar since 2015 timeframe, but we do know from 2018 reports that there are over 20 trillion in circulation now. So that means that since 2009, when there was only about $800 billion in circulation, our supply has increased 25-fold, right? Because 800 billion times 25 is going to equal 20 trillion, right? You just have to add all the zeros on there. This is in billions, all right? Now, it only took a decade for us to increase our monetary supply, the number of US dollars in circulation, by 25-fold. When a currency begins to go into hyperinflation, its supply exponentially increases. And you can kind of see that even with this chart here. And if we had a chart that showed the last few years where we ran up to 20 trillion, it would really look exponential. But guess what? It's not done yet. It's just going to keep going. So this 20 trillion, this exponential effect is only going to continue until the dollar dies. So we're now 10 years in, $20 trillion. What happens in the next 10 years? Well, exponential trends, being the exponential things they are the easiest way to factor it is to add a order of magnitude increase to its rate of increase, right? So we can either do this one of two ways. We can say that in the next 5 years, so half of the 10-year time frame, the supply is going to increase 25-fold again. Or we can say in the next 10 years, the supply is going to increase by what would be 625 times, because that's the square of the 25-time multiplier that we've seen over the last decade. So either way you look at it, either way you cut this, right, you're going to see that your supply is going to increase to 12.5 quadrillion dollars. 12.5 quadrillion. Now, how many XRP were there again? 100 billion, right? Well, turns out 100 billion is this lowest denominator right here, right? So what happens when you divide a currency that has 12.5 quadrillion dollars in circulation by a currency that still, at most, only has $100 billion in circulation? Oh, look at that. You have $125,000 XRP. In 10 years, right? In 10 years, that happens. Okay, there's some people out there, they're like, Jade, Just do 5 years, right? Just project it out 5 years and do the 25x. Okay, all right. So we have $20 trillion in circulation. And 5 years from now, when we 25x our monetary supply again, we're going to be at $500 trillion. That's how many dollars are going to be, right? Well, when you divide that by your 100 billion XRP, again, you're at $5,000 XRP. That's not $100. That's not $500. No, that's $5,000 per XRP. And again, this is assuming XRP, its actual value, the inherent value of its network, doesn't increase a penny from where it's at right now. It only increases in value it only appreciates against the dollar as the dollar is actually depreciating against XRP. That's how you get $5,000 XRP without Ripple or R3 existing. This is why we're invested in digital assets. So, I share this with you because of a comment made by Koba on my most recent video of why XRP hitting $10,000 is inevitable. And he says, listen, I hold plenty XRP in my portfolio. I've been in this since 2 cents and traded in and out with some really decent gains. But I'm telling you that XRP will not hit 10K ever, point blank. There are just way too many coins in circulation, and even more coins that still haven't been released into the open market yet. Well, Koba, I just spent the beginning of this video explaining to my viewers how you don't need to increase the value of XRP by a single penny for it to be worth $10,000 because the dollar is going to hyperinflate. So, I'm sorry, but you just don't know math. Point blank. Okay. If the price of XRP even hit $1,000 by tomorrow, well, you're the one saying tomorrow, not me. But at any rate, there wouldn't be enough liquidity for every investor to cash in their gains, because nobody in their right mind would spend $1,000 on a coin that has such a vast supply. Nobody in their right mind, huh? Well, I think that you'd have to be out of your mind to cash out of the new world monetary system into the old world monetary system that's hyperinflating. But that's just my perspective. And also, you've pointed out here, you've shown here your ineptitude in trying to claim that there wouldn't be enough liquidity. Koba, do you know what a digital asset is? It's a digital store of liquidity. So if XRP hit $1,000 by any day, there'd be $1,000 worth of liquidity in the network when it's at that price. Do you know why? Because XRP is the liquidity source. So the more value in the XRP network, the more liquidity it's providing, right? Do you now understand why I made a video to point you out? Because this was some extremely foolish posturing you made here. So I find it really ironic that you then claim that people who predict 10,000 per coin just sound extremely foolish, because you tried to claim that there wouldn't be the liquidity for $1,000 in XRP if it hit $1,000. Like, I'm sorry that you do not understand the basics of economics, the basics of monetary supply. I mean, I thought that kind of went without saying. You know, I really thought that kind of understanding went without saying 2 years into a bear market where we haven't really had new investors coming in, right? Especially somebody that's been in this apparently since it was 2 cents. You've been investing in digital assets about as long as I've been researching them. So I'm really just dumbfounded that you don't know that. It's almost as if you're a liar. I won't say you're a liar claiming to have been in since it was 2 cents, but I just wanted to point out that, you know, you kind of you kind of are talking like a novice in the space. So I don't know. At any rate, Koba goes on to say, also, the Fed will not allow a currency that the central banking system didn't create themselves because governments will never give up control of the current debt-based monetary system we have in place. Well, isn't that fantastic that Ripple is helping make sure that those traditional currencies such as the US dollar are able to survive the rise of the new digital monetary system? Isn't that fantastic? It's almost like Ripple knew that these governments, the Fed and ECB, wouldn't want to give up their control over the debt-based system. But guess what? They're still adopting it. And do you know why they're adopting it? Well, it goes back to this little chart here and these numbers that I just pulled up in the beginning of the video. The traditional monetary system, the debt-based monetary system, is in hyperinflation. The early stage is granted, but it's still now hyperinflating. In 2009, the Fed drove its car, its fiscal policy car, off the cliff. And we're all plummeting to our death. And the fiat system is plummeting to its death. The thing is, it's just a real long fall because the system that's plummeting to its death is the global financial system. It's a long fall. So no, sir. No, Koba. The Fed doesn't want to have to change away from the system that they have complete control over. But the thing is, they no longer have control over it because the mathematics, the underlying fundamentals of their financial system are forcing them to. And the United States Fed is going to kick and scream all the way across the line, and that is why America is going to become a third world nation if the Fed doesn't pull its head out its rear. That's why the rest of the world has stopped giving two spits about the opinion of the United States government. That's why everybody else is going their own way and doesn't want to touch the U.S. with a 50-foot pole. They don't want to touch the U.S. dollar with your hand. But you don't see this, do you? No, because you're sitting here in a tunnel, living in the past, pretending that, the world isn't changing around you every day. So that's about all I got here for Koba here. And I do encourage anybody who thinks that they have a position that they can debate on this $10,000 price point to put that position forward so that I can continue to debunk those opinions if possible, such as Koba's here, because really he put in the effort to give me a very large response here. The issue is that there's just nothing valid to it, and I would have just left it to a comment to him, but it got pretty long, and I decided that he's not going to read the comment even if I did write it out, so I just do a video for the whole of the community and challenge all the FUDsters out there. Bring it. Try to disprove what I presented to you in this video. And to all of my viewers who support what I've said, which is the vast majority of you, so many people in the community have agreed with what I've said in this video. Understand where I'm coming at this from a mathematical stance in this video, right? But there's always going to be the FUDsters, and I welcome them. I will read your comments, and I will think through what you presented, but in the case of Koba here, there was no merit to anything stated here. It was a bunch of hyperbole, attacks against my character, so that's why I have criticized you, Koba, because you want to call me extremely foolish for saying that $10,000 per coin is possible, and then, I'm going to continue to engage with these people because you give me a great source of content, debunking the FUDsters. So I hope you all have enjoyed this video, and I can't wait to see all of you in my next video. If you're new, please hit that subscribe and ring that bell so you can stay up to date on all my XRP and crypto related content. As always, please, if you enjoyed the video, hit that like and leave a comment in the comment section below. If you didn't like my video, be sure to just leave a comment in the comment section below saying what you didn't like, so that if you present something that I can actually address in a video like Koba here, I'll absolutely give you your 15 minutes of fame. So, as always, I appreciate all of you, even my haters out there, for your continued attention. I hope you all have a fantastic afternoon, and I can't wait to see all of you in my next video on Mars.